Okay, so it's also recording again for the second time. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead. So this is the Figma again, the design, and this is where we are at. We are at your room, and so this one we say we just will click on this copy here. Just click on copy, and it's saying copying. It's going to copy the entire stuff, and you're just going to come here to webflow. I'm just going to paste it here. Control V to paste. See, we have it here on our, on our. But why is it? Okay, yeah, we have it here on our screen. So now what do? We want to be able to, tweak it to get something like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go into the body, because if you look from our design, the heading H1 here is saying poppins. I think the property here is poppins, and the normal basics is also poppins as well. So the first thing to do is to tamper with our body all pages. All right, so you want to go to typography and you want to change it to pins. So we don't have poppins here, so we're just going to go to the font and we're going to add poppins first. Poppins is part of yeah, we have it here. We need the regular, we need the 500, we need the 700, and yeah, that's it. Just going to add fonts here, and it's been added. So all I need to do is just to cancel this and to reload my page, and say yes, reload, so we can have the fonts with everything. So with this design in mind, this hero section in mind, and then we'll go back here and go back to the body. See body all pages. These are just basic stuff. Now you go back again and you see we have the poppins here. It's been added, so everything is now poppins, both the headings and the text and all of that. But want to make it, yeah, poppins 400 and 1 rem as the base and all of that stuff. So yeah, so what we want to next, if the structure here, what people want is they want to know that you are following the structure, because like I said, you see companies now want you to use Relume libraries because it's easier. They won't have to stress about lots of things. Everything is already responsive, compared to you building this thing now from scratch. You see how you waste your time. You also worry about responsiveness, that stuff. So now we have everything. If you want, you can rename stuff so it's particular to your design. They say section header 5 and just say hero section. Don't make it easier on you. So they followed the client first, padding global, container large, hero contents, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. And yeah, so for me to change this hero image now, I think you have to understand how to achieve what. So if you go to the section header, that's the parents of all of them, section header. You scroll down here. I think this is where we should have, okay, no. See, they have a special, you see, this is now, they follow the different rule. How I would have done it is I would give my section header, which is the parent of everything, a background ground image. But them, how they did it is separate. They have header outside of everything. You see, understanding structures now matters. You see, outside of everything, they have background header 5 background image. So if you don't know that this is where the image is, you have a problem. It's add, a random image, a dummy image, so you can just substitute it. So let's go here and let's say type, this type image, and you have to say choose image, then think it was downloaded earlier, drag it and put it. Oh, it's too big, so let's go and download. Let's say it's too big, so let's get a smaller. Let's JPEG and by 1. Okay, So as JPEG and by one, let's try it again. Oops, still downloading. This one will be large. So I'll drag it and put in here, invalid file. What's wrong with all this English thing? So let's try that again. So I here, choose image, I drag it and put it in. Now it's uploading. I thought you were going to tell me, speak me on the right in. So yeah, we've done that, and wonder why it has not yet changed, but yeah, check something. Do this, choose image, we choose this as our image, and we still have that fully. Okay. Also, what was done here is, okay, let's see what they did. So if I go to this header section 5, it doesn't have any image. The header contents don't have any image, but then this one is supposed to be the image. Let's use a color red. So body index is -1. Let's bring it to the front. Okay, still nothing. Now we need to debug. See, so we're looking at. So it wasn't. There is still more to. It wasn't done as the background. It wasn't like a background image. All right. So the background image can be. Let's assume it's nothing. Inside of it, we now have the image overlay. That's this overlay. Let's not touch it. So you want to go to this header background. What is it? This is the header background image. This is what you now have to change. All right. So you click on small settings icon. Remember, I'm on this. Yeah, just click on this small settings icon, then replace the image. So you see. So if you do not understand, see, I've replaced. So you need to be able to understand how to manipulate. The goal is to be able to manipulate it. Now we have this, but this overlay that is overshadowing it with a dark something. We don't need it. You can either delete it. I have deleted it because we do not need it. The design is more of now we don't need it. White top, the header. So go back to our design. Go back to our flow. So this is our H1. We need it, but this text we don't need. We don't have it. It's this text. Done. I have 2 buttons here. I'll delete one because one that take away the 2. Take away the 2 of them. This also delete it. Margin top also delete it. So we have just this our heading style. H1. Now if you go to the class, it alternates, but it tells you can choose an alternate color for the text, but we don't want that. I'll take it out. We have H1, then text. You can see, you can even choose to delete this heading style. Now our H1 here by default is 38 pixels. So you can come here and say all H1. You want it. H1 here is basically 70 pixels. We come here and say we want all H1 headings. Remember I did this, all H1 heading. Remember I did this. I came here and say all H1 heading, then 72 pixel, right? But we want in rem 72 divided by 16 rem. I assign all of this, so 44.5. But notice how clustered and jam-packed it is. Because of the height is saying, but we don't want it. We're going to do 1.2 dash 1.1 dash 1.2 height in between. We'll have this perfectly done, not this dark color. So let's say if all H1 heading should be. So now we have it as white. We just come here now, perfect, and here to sit. So you see we have. So if you preview, this is what you have. If you preview, already looking highly responsive at 375. Everything is, you don't have to worry about responsiveness. That's the beauty. So we have that. And yeah, So how do you now create this button? So you're just going to understand under what. So inside of your max width medium, you're going to say, okay, inside of it, you're going to put a div block. Put it done. Okay, inside of the max width, I'll break a div block here. I'll take it to the top. So we have this div block here. So this is where our button would now be. Inside of the div block, I'm going to put in, depending on what you want. This is not a B, it's just a tag or a label. So that's what we're going to do. It's just going to say this block. We're going to call it label wrapper. All right. Inside of the label wrapper, we're going to put in our text block. That says 2024 spring sale. Now the label wrapper is the parent to the text block. So we're going to go here and give it, check the house white border, rounded, white gap, not gap, border radius 100 pixel, and padding 1632 and all of that. So come here and say, hey, we want you to have a border radius 100 pixel, number one. We want you to have a border color of white, we have a padding of 16, left and right, and maybe of up and down as well, something like this. And we want we want your color, font color, to be white. So your child have a white color. I want to flex it, and so, but our own is long, running from left to right. So you want to either go to, how do we solve that now? You can parent, which is this max width. Why am I having this? Let's leave it at block or as nothing. It's able to sort out. Let's see. Okay, this one, max width. So this is a very tiny issue, not an issue, Sha. If I want to solve it easy, I'll just give it a width. Like for this one, the width is 214. Just if you're born, I just give you a width of 200. So you see, 200 will now make it short like that.
I just say, this will really fast. I just did less
this, but it's not in the center. It's looking very weird. This way you don't have to
say
box and all of that stuff. Center it put it in the center. It's now in the center. So if you have this and we have this, but maybe our own is too not below, because from the design it's perfectly sitting at the left. Let's ask what people want to do. Question at any point, feel free to ask. So let's do that. So this max width here, we have padding here, we have this here. So this header content is having a display of flex and is here, align left middle. That'll be how, if you put it here, you see it's there. So the here, boom, that's all, problem solved. So you see how you need to be able to understand how this Relume is built, the framework is built. So to be able to manipulate it is easy, you know. To be able to manipulate is way easy. Now, if you notice on desktop, on mobile view, maybe the font is too big on this very small screen. So you can just go on screen and just change the H1. We don't want you to be 4.5. We want you to be maybe 3.5 frame. See, so it fits, so it doesn't cause chaos. So yeah, on desktop it's 4.5 here, 4.5 looking good here too, 4.5. but on this small screen the stuff is now smaller, see, and you're done with that part. That's it. Do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far? Any questions so far? Let's know if we want to forge ahead. Who is lost? Is anyone lost? Raise up your hand so we can find you. Anyone listening? Anyone hearing? Okay, I didn't use REM. Yeah, exactly. I should have used REM because I have private points. I should use REM because who uses 100% REMs? You know, I was even Relume uses 100% REMs, so I should have used REM in everything. Like in this part, this little wrapper, I'll just say 200 divided by 16 REM. You know, everything you're doing, convert it to REM, maybe 12. Convert it to REM. All of these guys too, it's all 1 REM. So average is 1 REM. So just left, but everything is 1 REM. So you see everything 1 REM, 1 REM, 1 REM, 1 REM. So yeah, it's all perfectly done. So moving to this one. So what we have here is quite straight to the point. We have, this is also a CMS thing, but we will not get into that. So we'll just build out the list. So we have a grid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we also have here as a tab. So if you click on all products, living products, bedroom, outdoor, it changes the products. All right. So now we're going to do that. We have a text here, heading also here. Now let's go back to our, you know, we're not going to build it from scratch. We're just going to go leverage on this guy here. So what we're going to do now, we are looking for tab. So just say, okay, since they say, because the design, this could also be something, it's just a, it could be layout. This is just a very grid layout. But since it has a tab feature, we're going to check on that tabs and see. So let me close this one. Click on that tab thing here. Hero, header section, feature, CTA, contact, pricing, testimonial, logos, themes, blogs. You can even see it under blogs. You can, you know, like use it, something. Okay, they have loaders, my truths, application UIs, UI elements. Okay, let's just do that, or you can just come here and I can easily use feature section. Most likely see it there. Nah, I don't think we'll see it here. CTA, pricing, testimonial. This blog section, I'll most likely see it on blog section. So you can just check, it's not there. So let's just check blog section and see before I search for what to search. So notice here we are some related to grid or color. That's what I want. I want something that is looking like from the design. So I'm just coming to search for tab elements. So I search for tab elements. Okay, it's under layouts components. Yeah, let's assume this one. Let's say under feature section. Okay, so feature section again, they say we should go back to feature section, scroll down, just keep scrolling. Let's see how we can get something similar to that guy. Okay, next is a next here. So you go to next and you keep checking. We need something that would almost look like that guy, so we would have to do too much. So you just scroll, keep scrolling, and I've usually just search for tab, or you know, leave it at that. But I just do it I just do it this way, the native way, and scroll again, keep scrolling. Okay. If this is taking too much time, then we can just, okay, let's say tab. Why can't I just get, So you can also look at it from here. Tap. See, they are giving me the kind of tabs that I don't need. But they have a lot. Okay, we have this one. It's looking like this. But I don't need it. We have this one. They have different styles. It's just, you know, getting. Okay, we have this one here. Now notice this one. But I think it can be better. I should see what I'm looking for most immediately. We're almost there, so we tab. Okay, under UI elements. Okay, so they say, let me check for UI elements. Check for UI elements. We are okay, good. Under UI elements, you go to this, and you're going to see this. We have this tab style, but they don't have a lot. So application UI, page section, card section. Okay, card header. Let's check out card here. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see, this is grid stack. Okay, let's check out this grid stack. So we have these kinds of grid. Notice they have this type that have something like this. Okay. So you can combine. Let's assume new components. Let's see what they have under their new components. I just need something that is at least close, you know. These are not bad, but I need something that is okay. There is this and there is this. All right, so we see things like this, things like this. These are all tabs. This is also a tab. This is a tab. Okay, let's just say, okay, let's assume this is closer to what we want. This guy here, I'm just going to copy it, go to my webflow, then go to we are done with this first part, to my body, and paste the section below it. You see, so this is what we have. The preview, this is 1, 2, 3. So it's almost giving this tab, maybe, you know that. But to the right hand side, to the left hand side, we have this. You can do one of two things. Anything close to what we have, tab layout. But what we can do, apply wisdom. We can use this that's of a grid. Okay, let's search for grid. Good. Let's copy this grid guy. Let me see the kind of grid we have. Just here and pricing. Okay, so let's look at something that is close. Where is it? Okay, we have not this one, the one that has image. Maybe this might work. Okay, so yeah, let's assume this works. So we're just going to copy it. So I'm just copying this grid stuff. So I'll go back to my webflow. Let me delete this one I just got. So I'm going to paste this new one now and again. So we now have this component stuff underneath it as a component. If you scroll down, we have this. But now we have this, yes, but something is wrong somewhere. It just gives us the components. Now, if you know client first, you see how this guy is running from here to here without any actual alignment or spacing. You see, because this is just a component. You need to follow. This is why you need to understand client first. You need to follow the structure. Because we got it as a component. It did not entirely follow the foundation of client first, which is the padding global, container large, and all these things. They were missing because they are components. So what we need to do is we need to get them as a full package. So I'm just going to go the conventional route again. which would take us back to pricing, something that will display as image, testimonial, FAQ, logo section, themes. Let's try themes. Something that was okay. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad at all. I'm looking for something, a layout that would work. Okay, so let's say this one. Let's say this is perfect, or this theme 4. So I'll copy theme 4, but then let's still check again to check. Okay, we have gallery section. Oh, I see this before. This gallery section. Okay. So we have this as well, different galleries and pictures and all of that. But nah, that's not what I'm looking for entirely. What I'm looking for is the picture and maybe 2 texts. You get me? So yeah. So back there, gallery may not work for this case, for what we're trying to do. So might still say, okay, we have banner, we have portfolio section. Let us check portfolio sections and see. So you must see something that is close to what you have as your design. So this section is looking like something that might work, because we have this one here is giving us image and write-up, which is a good thing. So I'm just going to pick out the best one that is way too close to what we have. This one is giving what we need, or this one or this one. So yeah, I think I'll go for this one. I'll copy this portfolio 11 because I'm copying an entire section. This one, because we copied just a component, so it did not follow the full structure of client first. It just started from components and all of that. It did not do padding global and all those fine things. So I'm going to delete the components and I'm going to paste what we have, which is the section portfolio. I can rename it to section discover or section product. Let's also want to call it section portfolio. You can say section products. All right, that's what I want to call it. So we have the second section. You see, this is how it looks, which is kind of close to what we want. That's the first thing first. Now let us tweak this. Look how it is. I know the challenge most people have is tweaking a library. That's the most challenge. You have to. So yeah, I'm just going to now say, okay, let's look at our design. Look, our design is looking 1, 2, then heading and pricing. Very simple and clean. Zoom. Let me just download this image first things first. Let's go to export. Let's try to just export one. So I have that one exported now. So I'm just going and replace the dummy image we have. How it did not download. Okay, this is it. Bring it here again. I'm sure it's going to work now. Okay, good. So look at the, I'm just going to delete once and I'll delete the third one. I'm just going to work on just one of it. So here, this image has like a very good height and it's like a square. So the property here is saying the image is 430 by 430. So it's a square and it has a corner radius of 20. Webflow and I will just give the image, remember I'm on the image, a 20 corner radius. And now this overflow and this ratio and stuff, it's telling me ratio is wide, but mine is telling me it's more like a square. So I'm just going to come here and say auto instead of widescreen. This is just a new feature Webflow added, to be able to size stuff. They have the anamorphic, ideal for cinematic experience and all of that. We have this Univision Netflix kind of vibe, the Netflix, whatever, ideal for modern TV and streaming, widescreen. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as square. So either you choose square or you say auto. Auto is as it is on how you downloaded it. That's how you want it. You don't want any extra. So yeah, auto is amazing. And we have this thing here. So I'm just gonna go copy. So it's gonna create all the CMS, from the CMS, make it dynamic. But I'm just gonna do it static. I'm just gonna paste this here. Just gonna paste this name here. Now we have the Seagull chair. I have the price $3. It's quite expensive, but it is. Paste it here. Have that, and need all these extras. Just gonna go this. We don't need it. Delete it. New projects, we don't need it. Even say good to have, we don't need it. Now this thing is shining blue. I need this blue. What I need is black and a subtle red. So here and say the reason was this is a link, and I'm just gonna come here and set this thing is calling because this is link. So black from here. Good. Okay, black from here. So it's gonna affect the child. So this is what we want. This is how we want it. So chairs. This Seagull chair is 32, which is like a H3 or H2, and the weight is 600. So I'm just gonna say, okay, this text is supposed to be 32 pixel. That's like 2 rem. So we're going to say, okay, we want you to be 2 rem, and we want you to be I don't have semi-bold, so I'm just going to use medium 500. And there's a weird spacing here, which is this space, which is coming from this image. So I'm going to click on the image. See here we have an extra rem. We don't want that. Make it 0, so it closes off that space. So to be able to understand how to tweak reference. Now I've done it just once. That's all I need to do. I'm just going to delete this other two. Click on delete, duplicate this one. Control V, C, Control V, paste. And I'll keep on pasting till about how many of them? Maybe 6 of them. See, about 6 of them. Let's view all. Our design said we have view, which we were supposed to have, but we don't have it. So I'm just going to delete view all. Delete it. Don't need it. So if you preview, so I'm going to delete all these guys, or I'm going to work on it based on how our design is. The good thing is it's all responsive, which is the amazing thing. It's all responsive. You don't have to do too much regarding responsive. See why this is important. See, without doing too much, within seconds, you build a create landing page. Just have the mindset of tweaking things, know how to tweak it. So what our design now is saying, we have the text, which is like our H2. Copy everything now. JD1. H2. Okay, I copy you to my line. I'm going to make this H2. Sit here, and I'm going to go back. Okay, cover all one line. This, and that's what I'm going to do. This portfolio text is not important. Oops. This portfolio text is not important. That means margin bottom div block is not important, which is this one. This title is not important. So we now have this. We have text align center, which is not what we want because this whole thing is aligned to the left. So I'm just going to study it and see. I only want these guys here. I only want maybe from here. Go take it up. I'm going to delete this text align center out. So our text is now aligned to the left. So if I open it now, we have a margin. I have a margin bottom. Margin bottom, I would say margin large, and I'll give it maybe 4 rem. So margin to be here. I mean, the margin we have, let's say between image and text, we have 40 pixels. 40 pixel is like 2.5 frame. Boom, we have that. Now discover H2. We want our H2 to be 48 pixel and the weight is 4. So we want all our H2 headings to be 48 pixel. So we have 48 divided by 16 rem. We have it that big, and we have it is normal, it's any other thing, and we have it flash like I will always do. So to have reasonable amount of line height. Now what we want to do next, we want this diver to be at the top, furniture design should be down. Do not come and do this. This is a wrong thing to do. I know most people would just want to hit enter. This is very wrong. I always say it. Don't do that. Because if you hit enter, it will disrupt the responsiveness. Because if you come here and if you come here, maybe now it will not disrupt it to hit enter at all. So what you need to do is you need to not hit enter. Just allow it. So after spacing, what you need to do is you come to this max large. Don't make it max with large. You want to make it max with small. Okay, line first, max to make it of 30 rem. Okay, 30 rem is too small. 40 rem. 40 rem pushes this two down, which is perfect. So come here, not even, sorry, not max. Okay. Don't do it at this width, do it at minimum. Is it minimum? Minimum of 40 rem. Sorry, maximum of 40 rem. Let's take away this minimum and see. Okay, maximum of 40 rem. So this is good, perfect. So responsive. Look how it's floating, like super responsive. So we have that done. To the left hand side, if there's any question at this point, this is the best time to ask. Any? Okay, seems we are following, which is good. Good. So this, I'm just doing a very rush, because I assume that you guys know things too. I'm just trying to see how we can make it, just leverage on this component. There's how you get the point you get of mastery. Pew. In 10 minutes, you do, maybe not 10 minutes, let me not exaggerate, because let's say in an hour, you can build a full website. Maybe let's say 3 hours, give or take, you can build a full-blown functional website. Something that you will say 3 weeks to 6 weeks, something that you tell your clients in 3 weeks. With all of this, bro, in 5 hours, you're done. You just be the one chilling, waiting. I've done it before. I worked on a project and I got paid ASAP. Not ASAP, like it took me some hours to just get it done. I'm like, wow. But if I want to build it from scratch myself using client funnel, it will still take me some days. Maybe if I put so much effort, let's say 1 week, you understand? But the client was expecting it to be ready like 4 to 6 weeks. You know how they just make all those 4 to 6 weeks. So I let it sound that you are doing one plenty work. But there's no plenty work like that. So, but you need to, that's what I'm saying, when you gain mastery to a point, in 3 hours, you will build a full-blown whatever kind of website. And you get, this is a month, you get paid and you move on to the next project. So you see how you can utilize time management fast. Boop. Just get. But the problem is manipulating it, making it, tweaking it to suit your need. That's where the work day but this is why we are here, right? So every now and then we'll just take a design, dissect it until you master the art of using, you know, components, which is very good. This is what most people want now, most companies, because they know the design is reliable, the design is of standard. That's the component you're using. You're not the one doing it from scratch. So it is functional, it is responsive, it is editable. Whoever can just go in and just make some few changes. Editable, you can easily onboard compared to you building it and you're having div block 56, this one, nobody understand whatever. But this one, the structure is already there, easy to read. That means the codes are simple and very responsive and very efficient, very light. It's very light, you know, very fast. When you know, publish it, you see how fast it is, very fast. If you want to do animation, you know, fast, everything is fast. So I mean, why not? Who wouldn't go for it? So you see, these are the pecs. So these are like these little tricks you need to be able to know, you know. And if you showcase that you built this thing using Relume, if you showcase that you built this thing using components, you know, once people hear that, oh, this guy knows this thing with components, because what people are looking out for now is the fact that you know how to leverage on these things. They know that, yes, you know what you're doing. Like I said, I could show you lots of gigs. It has to be Relume. You need to be able to understand Relume functionalities, how to manipulate Relume components. It's very important. So we're not joking. So yeah, that's that about it. Now we have this guy. What time is it for 1 hour? Wow, it's past 9 already. Great. Here it's past 9. Okay, so yeah, we have this. So let's try and do this thing that has this tab. Right hand side has a tab. Okay, so let's go back to here now, and this is where we would now focus on tabs. UI elements. Go to UI elements. Go to tab. Go to UI elements. Go to tab. Okay, I click on tab, and I want something that is to the right hand side. Let's just say I want this one. It's in the middle. I'm going to copy it, go to my webflow. Now this is the tricky part. It's smart about these things. Now that I copied it, what do I want to do next? I want to, where do I want to paste it? Just for paste it outside of everything, which is here. So it's like a component. So it's from edge to edge. Make it, I want to paste it inside of my padding section global of this section product. So I'm going to drag it on top of here. Okay, now we have it inside of here. So it is now inside of this section product. Wait, now because we have the structure, padding global, container large, padding section large, and we have the tab component. So this is where we have to do small work again. Now, component as this tab has what? The tab has the tab links and the tab content, which is what is in charge of this 1 tab, 2 tab, 3, and tab content. That means inside of the tab content, we need to have our items. Now we have 3 tab pane. This one is for tab 1, this one is for tab 2, one is for tab 3. So inside of tab 1, we want to have, this is the mathematics you'll be thinking now. Inside of tab 1, you want this portfolio component, which we'll most likely call product component. Product 1 or product component. All right. Now, this is the magic. Inside of tab 1, most of you know these things already using tabs. Inside of this tab 1, we want to have product components. So I'm just going to drag this component inside of here. Boom. Let me delete the have tab 2, which is inside of this tab 2. It's going to still have this product component inside of it. I'm going to copy it inside of tab 2, paste it inside of tab 3 as well. So I'm going to delete what's there as the replacements. The own replacement, and it's this other replacement for tab 3. So in other words, if we check the brief, we have in tab 1, we have these things. In tab 2, we also have these things. In tab 3, we also have these things. All right? Oops. What have I done here? What? Don't tell me everything I've done has disappeared. Are these guys joking with me right now? Okay, I feel. So yeah, let's forge ahead. If you have a question, raise up your hand so I can hear the sound and you can ask. First one question, let's jump right into it. Dickbo, let's hear from you, sir.
Hello.
Hello, clearly.
So I wanted to ask, like, can you use CMS with this Relume library?
Yeah,
Let's
100%.
say how to use CMS to build those products like Relume library.
Yes, perfect, 100%. In fact, because I'm using a starter account, not those CMS, I was hoping I would power it up with CMS so that you can now, inside, like, see how I'm doing it this way. The way I'm saying inside tab 1, instead of pasting just a static thing, you're going to paste a collection, so that is calling from the CMS inside of the tab 2, instead of pasting thing that I built. Both thing, you are going to just use the layout, but you're going to now link this. If you have a collection, you will see a purple thing here that will say, okay, I want to tie it to my collection in CMS. I mean, here, these settings will be a collection list instead of a normal static list. This will be a collection wrapper, collection list, collection item. Here you get, it will be dynamic. This will no longer be static, but you're just going to tie it. You won't build the layout. The layout is Relume. It's just for you to connect it. We have this heading, connect it to dynamic content. So yeah, you can do that very, very easy. So yeah, now we have any other question, please just raise up your hand and you can. So tab 1, tab 2, and tab 3 all sitting pretty. Now we're just going to those things to what we have. Now let us style it to look at product, living room, bedroom, and all. Let's go from here. Also, all products. This one here, living room, and this last one here. Let's just do bedroom. All right. So this first one is because it's deselected black and the rest are, white, the background. To achieve that, to be able to achieve that, you want to make sure you are. Now, people make mistakes with tabs. People do some weird things with tab that are not. This is what I'm looking for. That are not. It's not proper. I see how people do their tabs. They make some not silly mistakes. It's like you need to understand how tab works to be able to manipulate tabs. It's very simple, but I see some things with tabs that are just, doesn't really make sense. Now, to be able to understand tabs, you need to click on this first, because I'm on this first one, I am on the first, see? So I am on this first one. Now, if I click on this tab link, which is this link, I will now see. Now, let me say it again. Because I am on this tab pane, this content, because clicking on this content, clicking on this tab pane is what determine the movement of these tab links. If I click this tab pane, second one, notice how it moves to living room because it's saying you are on the second content. So it automatically changes the link. Click on this one, it has moved to bedroom. So all this content should change to bedroom, right? It will not change if I'm just clicking on it from here. See, it is tab. That's number one thing. Now, because I am on the tab pane, this one, if I now click on this tab link, the first one, it will now show current. This current means the current state, the clicked state, the, you know, now this is where you see this current that you now want to state to fit. What means is this one is at the current state of all. That's where you now want to style it. You have to now okay on the current state, because if you miss, for instance, if you are here and I'm on this and you want to just go and randomly style the first one, all products, because you see all products here is to be black, you're going to miss the point. It will not, you're going to get confused. When you click on the second one, it will not carry the same property of the current state to the other one. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, let's just get it. I'm on one. I am on the first one too for tab link. So it has the current state. Whatever I give to this current is going to transfer it to whatever next current state I want to click. So now I'm going to say, okay, the background is black. The text is white. Text is white, and it has border radius like this. You know, let's say one to the left, one to the right, and let's say 1.5 to the left and right. Let's not, maybe one is too small. 1.5 here, 1.5 here. Now this one now is now one top. Maybe one is too much. One is too much. Let's 0.8. Let's increase this thing. Let's say 50. Now this is perfect. Now what is, if I click on this one, it's going to carry the settings or the style, you know, because it's the current state. The current state has a styling, a combo class. It has a styling. So whatever current state is going to, it shouldn't be confusing, but yeah, I'm sure it's not a beginner class. So that is that. Now, what if we want, why this thing is showing acting weird? See how it's not really, you know, is because we need to also style for the inactive state, which is this second tab. It's not an active state, it's an inactive state. So when it's not selected, which is this ordinary state, we still want to have 1.5 rem left and 0.5 rem right, and we still want to maintain the 0.8 rem up and the 0.8 rem. Maybe we don't want to give it, okay, we'll still it, let's see, oh, a black and a round corner radius too. So we want to give it a round corner radius of 50, and we want to give it a black border, everything. So click on this middle guy here, okay, and see like this. Not this place, come on. Okay, good. If you preview the active state, see now it is back to this. See, now it's looking perfect. If you understand, you know, I'm sure this, you guys know this part already. It's not that deep. So see, now we now have this. Now all we need to do is quite simple. We need to make sure we want to push this whole thing to the right hand side. How do we do that? On the menu and say align it to the left side, and on the right hand side should carry. I'm just going to click on the bottom. I'm going to cut it, and let's see if this is going to work. Inside of padding, put it inside of here, take it to the top. It's here. It did not work. I want it to be perfectly seated here, so I'm doing just break it block and put everything inside of the div block. So on both this margin is lock. Nah, this is not that bad. Let me just put this guy inside of this margin bottom. This should solve the problem. This should solve the problem for me. I hope so. So margin, this here and this here. Okay, what if I do just a random tick and I say flex it like this? Okay, direction should be like this. Oh, okay. This okay. I need to use wisdom, even though this is not bad, but these are the issues because our design is saying everything is aligned left and a tab. So the tab is all this. So I need to fit in exactly. The next option for me to use now is to use relative or absolute. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to try to position this max with small. Would that be a good idea? Think. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good idea. I need to move this guy a little bit down so it fits into here. I cannot move it into it. It's not doable. It's not doable. So yeah, so what I can do, I can switch this max with small because it's a utility class. I don't want to give it, you know, a random class, a random styling. I'm just going to duplicate it and I'm going to say product heading wrapper. Okay, so this is a custom class. It still has max width of 40 rem. Now I'm going to say I want that to be an absolute. Okay, let's say I just want it to be relative and drag it down a bit. This is one way. Let's use percentage 50%. Let's not use percent. Let's say 100 pixel. Let's use rem. 100 divided by 16 rem. Now get up a bit. Something like this. 5.75 rem. We got that. So when you do this and have this, so yeah, it's looking like it's taking time here to solve, but when I'm doing it for a project without stitching it in 5-10 minutes, like you're done. Imagine comparing to building it out. Imagine me using a library and it's looking like it's dragging. Then imagine you're building everything from scratch. You're creating the components, the tabs, everything, the design, the layout. It will take much time. But if you're doing it, leveraging on components, trust me, if you understand how to manipulate, pull this, okay, let's do it like this. Okay, it's not working. All right, let's change. Let's try this method because it's trial and error. Get a component, style it. Styling it, you are thinking, how can I achieve this? That's why you need to be able to, without just be looking at it. As you're thinking many things. You're going to use components for this part. How am I going to achieve? Now why I want to make we get a design with a little bit, stylized or tricky. or a little bit complex. So we're going to crack your head. Okay, I'm going to use this component, but then this is how I'm going to solve it. I'm going to break it in your head. If you make sense in your head, using Webflow to achieve it will be faster because you've already dissected it. Even this section too, easy. There's no need to stress. The footer is the most easiest. For the footer, since we've done this part, just go for footer, go back to here and just go back to marketing. Just go back to footers. Just copy one. Footer is not that deep. So you're going to look at your design and you say, okay, join newsletter is here, about this, and logo is here. Oh yeah, we have something like this is what we have there. You see, newsletter 1, 2, 3, and logo. So boom, copy, come here. You've copied the entire section. Go to body. Don't paste it inside of another section. No. Go to body and you paste it, and boom, you know you have footer already. Footer is there looking at you. You just have to style it to how style it to how you want. Change what you want to change. Tweak it. Delete what you have to delete if it's not necessary. The back, you give it a black background. Change the fonts to white. That's all. This section too is very, very easy to achieve. Like in 2 seconds, you're done with this section. So you see, before you know it, you've done this in less than 30 minutes. Very less. And you don't know what are responsive unless you can style things yourself by changing lots of things. So you won't worry about responsiveness. The footer, highly responsive, everything. See, without doing too much. So see, because I highlight myself, you see how we have a small fuck up this part. Here, see how we select on and learn how we want it to be on. Oops, on mobile we did not have this tab, these categories, but we can just use out of it. What you want to do is to now save this problem. So we have this. Go to this. We have the product heading stuff. We have the product heading stuff and stuff. Now, for the product heading, we no longer want this thing to be relative. We want it to be static. That is one, solved. And this tab, we no longer want it aligned to the left-hand side. We want it now to just be aligned. You see this did here that we said align left. You see, on desktop, we aligned it left. But now on tablet, we want to align it right. Not the problem. Totally. Here it's looking good. Good. Here it's not looking good. So we need to not have this thing happen. So on the view, you want and say just one thing I'll just touch. I'll say I want it to where is it here. I want it to let's say this one's what am I looking for again? It's just what I need to touch. Grid. We can do grid. Grid works, but let's say the gap should be just 1 rem. Yeah, grid works. So grid solves that problem for us. So you call 375 and here, boom. You see, on mobile, you can tap. Let's position this thing in the center. It's not in the center. So you just click on this guy, click on the inactive one, and make it a flex box and center it. Then go to the active one as there. It's going to also be one as well. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's it, man. That's what I plan to. I mean, maybe most of you are already familiar with this, tweaking and all that. But I want us to get maybe for next Saturday or something in 1 hour time. If we have a design as well that we feel, oh, let's give it a try with this designers. If you have some, we quit against next Saturday. I hope I'm free. I hope I have the time. We can just still do same time, same everything. Get it done with, tweak it, and you see, before you know, if you practice 2, 3, 4 times, after you can build 5 sites. Okay, we posted something. That's what that you posted, and let's have a feel of it. Healify. I hope I'm correct. Healify it is. Let's see his design, and let's see if this is something that works for us. And I have my boss here, Michael. Michael is here on this call. Michael, I would like to give you 1 minute. Let me say hi to everybody. Michael is also a badass webflow dev. He's one person I go to when I have 1 or 2s into. When you have 1 or 2s, he call, he reach out time. So he's asking me for access. So Michael, how far now? How you did? If you want to say hi to people, he's the one that
I just the say now like this real fast. I gotta do one that.
Oh, Michael, don't remind me, I beg. Don't remind me. I beg.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
I guess everybody we done together. I think we did
Yeah. So how far, Bolaji? They asked for access. So how we go do now? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me reload again and see. Okay, let me just go to my mail. Hopefully I see something there. Or not. Am I supposed to see something on my email? Not. You approve it with which account?
with my email address. The one I need to open.
Yeah, but why am I not seeing, let me see, is it from my end? Is it from this one?
Yes.
So till now. Oh, can I? Really open now. Okay, this is too complex. Okay. This, yes. Okay, this is good. We have a gradient kind of vibe from blue to white. We have this image, we have this and this button here. We have this nav, see this stylized nav, half nav, which is good. And Healify here, we have this. So this will be sliding. These logos will be sliding. So I think so. That, and we have this kind of layout that is one image on this side and a bit on this side. So this is, this is not bad. So we also have section here, this layout 1, 3. So see, now we have these guys, a blue background or a dark blue to light blue, and all this image, positioned in different style, which is good. Now we have this, you see this kind of layout also, image and this. So you see, now this testimonials too as well. Maybe this one will be moving from left or something. Right, so now we have this layout. So we now have this layout, which is like a what do they call this thing? Accordion. When you click it opens up. Now we have this footer. So yeah, this might work. This might be a little bit changing to bit. So you see, this is not bad. It's something we can touch on. Hopefully, all things being equal, hopefully I have that chance, which obviously I'm. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. It is what it is. So guys, this is just what I was hoping we would talk about today. And yeah, it's been a good almost 2 hours. I was hoping to round up everything in 1 hour. I was hoping like 1 hour, just a 1 hour chat like this, but you don't get that 2 hours, which is crazy. I didn't expect it to enter this plenty time. So yeah, guys, this is it. So yep. I hope you guys learn a thing or two on what we've done so far. The thing that we've achieved is pretty straightforward, pretty nice, very responsive, very fast. Relume makes life easier. Something I use when you get to a point you start using it, man. You build fast, like super fast. Thanks, guys. Thanks. So yeah, this was the class I was hoping to hold, and I am so happy it is a success. So happy it's a success. I just feel bad that the first phase of my recording did not save. It just corrupted, so we lost a huge part of this class, because I was hoping to put it on YouTube for other people to have access and watch much later. But yeah, I'll see what I can do with this one that is recording now, and see how I can just make it make sense. So yeah, we've come to the end, guys. See you guys out. There is a group, but it's